Hi, gang. Hi, Nick. Hi, fucking Nozick. Nick and Nozick are surprisingly close to one another. Hi, how are you? How is everybody doing? Hold on, let me scooch my Chipotle out of the way. I gotta scooch off my Chipotle. Chipotle. How are we doing, gang? Are we having good days? We're about to get started. Just give me 1 second. Thank you for the hydrate, Oberon. I'm drinking a sparkling grapefruit Izzy right now. I'll drink it in just 1 second. Let me send this message real quick. Oh. Oh my god, yeah, it's so tasty. They're like my favorite, and I only get them when I get Chipotle, which I got for dinner today because I had therapy. So I didn't have time to make dinner before stream. Also, Nick, thank you so much for the first. All right, hydrate complete. My lips, like the skin on my lips is all tore up, and I think it's because I wiped them with a like dinner cloth at a restaurant that I went to yesterday. I have a disease now, I guess. I don't know what I did, but my fucking lips, they feel weird. They feel a bit odd, gang. They feel a bit odd. Alright, let's scooch into just chatting real quick so I can say hello to everybody. Hello. Did I get herpes from the napkin? God, if I got herpes from the napkin, I'm gonna cry. Right before our vacation, I'm gonna cry. Let's see. Hi, gang. If I have herpes on my lips from using a napkin, I will cry. I will absolutely just lose my shit and sob because I don't know what else to do in that situation. But how are we doing, gang? Are we having a good day? Are we having a good one? I'm gonna eat some tortilla. Gore's making fun of me in DMs right now. Everybody spit at Gore. Step on him. Spit at him. Step on him. Tell him to stop making fun of me. I just wanted a nice little candle to add in our house. I'm being mocked. I'm being publicly mocked. Ugh. Ugh. The hair toss. Ugh. Hopefully, I fixed some stuff in stream to make things run better. Imagine contracting a disease. I'd cry. Especially because we're about to go on vacation. I would sob. I would literally sob. Anyhoodles, I'm trying to see something real quick. Okay, there we go. How many spiders did you find in the room yesterday while cleaning it? None that were alive, but like 5 dead ones. I don't know if they're the ones you killed. Well, probably not, because some of them are back by the air thing, by the AC unit. So probably not the ones that you killed. But I think there were at least 5 that I found. I wasn't really counting. I was just like, oh, that's interesting. So. I gotta, oh. Sorry, my lips are weird. I don't know if that's where they're coming from, but they were just kind of hanging out over there. That's the darkest corner of the room, so I imagine that's probably why they're hanging out over there. You need chapstick? No, I have chapstick here. Or at least I did before all the cats. Hold on, let me see. I did have chapstick before all the cats started coming back here. Oh, I still do. They could not hide it from me, though they did put it underneath my fucking keyboard. So I almost didn't see it. Oh, this is mint. It's gonna hurt. We are living your life. Oh. Okay, ad break's done. Let's get into gaming, shall we, gang? I feel so bad. I have some stuff I need to update y'all on, but we'll get to that. I'm gonna let everybody kind of filter in before I jump into updates. Capacity. Nowhere. I need to learn so around the world. Alright, let's turn on that Stardew Valley. God. She loud. She fucking loud. Nation ship. She's fucking loud, gang. She loud, gang. True self. I'm gonna pause my own music because that's overwhelming. Okay, there we go. Oh, right, forgot. Got married. There's a man that lives in my house now. I almost completely forgot about this. Hi, Saraku. How are you? Between the years, between the now. Start Dork Valley. It feels that way, yeah. Between the north, between the south. Oh. The years between the years. Hey, yo, you married the Chad? I absolutely did. Thank you for noticing. Alright. Farm computer. Thanks for the rock. Oh, how are you doing, Saraku? I hope you're having a great day. Sound of the sea. I'm just being a little extra today. I got some shit I gotta update chat on, but we'll get to it. We'll get there. First, we sing while I wait for everybody to roll in. Be ready for the day. You know what I mean? Ooh. Some nice stuff. We're gonna hold the sword. Say good morning to everyone. Hi, Kula! I'm trying to get hit in the dick so I don't spend $1,400. Alright, what are you trying to buy? I'll tell you whether or not it's worth it. And if it's not worth it, I'll step directly on your dick, heel first, and a pair of stilettos. Just for you. The sound of the sea. What? What are you oh my godding about? What? What'd I say? Was it weird? Is that a gun? Yeah, no, I'm stepping on your dick. You don't need that. Absolutely not. You of all people definitely do not need a new gun. Do you like how I didn't even let you, like, confirm or deny if it was a gun? I'm telling you no. Keach, I want you to understand that people pay for such services. Yeah, I know. Do you think I don't know that? I'm fully aware of what people pay for, sir. I'm more aware than most, I would say. Alright, this tree's gotta come down. I'm sorry. You know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean when I say you of all people. Don't pretend. You cannot be trusted with weapons. You know this, sir. Anyways. An ad held me captive. Chat! Give this man a gifted sub so he doesn't have to deal with ads anymore. I don't know why I said it like I was about to punish you. Chat, cook this man. Having to deal with ads. Pete, you know I'm a gunsmith, right? No, I didn't know that, but I still don't think I would trust you with a gun. I'm sorry. I have to be honest. I have to be honest about how I feel. Cool, thank you so much! Thank you so much for that gifted sub!
Kilaxt gifted a tier 1 sub to Sora Kumaka. They have given 9 gift subs in the channel.
Hell yeah. Sora, enjoy your gifted sub, enjoy the emotes, and enjoy some ad-free viewage. That's my favorite thing to do, is to just tell y'all to give other people gifted subs. It's so fun for me. I don't know, you just don't feel like you can be trusted with weapons, Kula. You know. There's nothing I can do about that. I want you to know this conversation push me. No! Don't buy the gun too! Kula, that's so expensive. Instead of buying the gun, send that money to me. I'm about to go on vacation. Send me some cash. I'm joking. Don't send me cash. Oh my god. Oh god. God, I'm funny. That way you'll watch me. Oh, Brent, thank you so much for the pet. Oh god, it is so high up there all of a sudden. Or it's like fucking... Do I need to slouch? I need to be slouching, I guess. That fucking thing was right on top of my eyeballs. What happens when I sit up straight for once, I guess. Well, that was chaotic and not at all what I intended. Guess we're growing more carrots. Big hands. Yeah, y'all got big hands. I think that makes sense. I mean, according to my YouTube statistics, 100% of y'all are men. So, speaking of, I know I've mentioned this like a handful of times now, but I will be on vacation next week. All of next week, literally from Monday to Saturday. I will have VODs being uploaded onto YouTube to cover you guys while I'm gone. So if y'all miss any streams this last couple of weeks, or you just want to rewatch an old stream because you miss me that bad, you can. You absolutely can, because I will be uploading those VODs again. So, everyone's taking vacations when I'm still working. Well, this is work for me, so... This and being a full-time mom are my jobs, so... But Bunny is now old enough that I think she will have a decent, if not amazing, time at a beach. So we're taking her to the beach. because I used to go to the beach every single summer, and I have not been able to since she's been born, and I am sad about it. So we're going, and she's coming with us, and she's gonna suck it up. I say she's gonna suck it up, as if she's gonna have a miserable time. She's not. She's gonna have so much fun, I think. She loves the water, so... Ears open. Fingers crossed. I need some more wood real quick. I feel like I'm gonna need at least 450 wood. Oh, it's my marriage day. That's what that heart's for. I was like, what the fuck? I forgot I got married today. I should do that in real life at some point. I should get married IRL at some point. I think that'd probably be a good idea. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna text your husband the whole trip. Why? So y'all can talk about finances again? Yeah, I know what y'all do. I don't know why I worded it like y'all are in trouble. Yeah, I know what you two be doing. I do need a cabin. But no, I need a shed. I also need a mill, though. Alright, let's go ahead and, we'll build a shed. I'm gonna put the shed right here. And I'll move it around as need be. Alright. I feel like there's some fish I need to get. My horns are not attached properly. Oh, Jesus. Anyways, I do have some stuff I want to talk about. You know what? I think you're right about it earlier. What'd you do? Kula. I was about to, like, get into, like, what I needed to talk about, and now I'm scared that you, like, shot yourself in the foot or something. Kula, please. What did you do? What happened? Do I need to call you an ambulance? Alright, let's see. Those are night fishing, river fish. When can I catch a catfish? Let's see. Time of day, it has to be raining. Got it. Sunny. Ginger Island. I can't get to Ginger Island right now. And the red snapper. Sunny, summer, fall, and winter. Okay, so I can't get any of these right now. Shit. Why is 7-Eleven texting me? Oh, Jesus. Apples. Oh, that's all I have left? Okay. I holstered my gun to go out and just stab my dick with it because I forgot I had on baggy shorts and not jeans and a belt. You fool. Oh, you fool. At least I don't have to call an ambulance though, so I'll take it. Anyways, I had updates for y'all. So like I said, I won't be here. I won't be here next week. So I'll be gone from Monday to Saturday. When I return, however, we are going to be immediately jumping straight into the Elden Ring DLC. Like immediately, that's the first thing we're doing. So because of that, I will be jumping back into Elden Ring this week, probably like the last couple days of this week, to make sure I remember how to play, so that whenever I get home from vacation, hopefully a week won't leave me too rusty. So what that means is that we will be playing more Elden Ring. However, we won't be doing much because I already technically beat Elden Ring. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do all of the optional bosses I can find. And that's just going to be how we waste time to, you know, practice, get good again. I already did all the bosses necessary. In my defense, didn't know he was going to be necessary, but I wanted to kill him anyways because he's a fucking pedophile, so... But yeah, so I've done everything that I need to do and get done. Any coal and gold? Okay. I only have 2 gold bars. Oof, that's unfortunate. Oh, I need 10 coal. So I'll need 20. We're gonna go ahead and, real quick, just get that going. Too many drakes out there. Look, I'm good. I'll just stab someone to death. I'm feral enough for that. I'm crazy enough for that. But that's the plan for the end of this week. Before I leave, because I leave Monday. So probably this weekend, we will start with Elden Ring, and we'll just go in and play around a little bit and remember how to play. But also, I did want to go ahead and talk about some other stuff that's going to be going on. Sorry, my gut suddenly decided it wanted me to be dead. So give me 1 second to, like, breathe. Sorry, I had therapy today, so I'm not, like, all here. I'll be fine. But therapy definitely puts you in a place where you're, like, not 100% all there. Oh shit, the merchant's here. That's what I wanted to go see. You were one of the only people I would genuinely believe that from, because you're scary. Look, I have issues. I almost stabbed Gore early on in our relationship, so... I'm better now. Sorry, I had therapy today, so I'm, like, processing everything I was told in therapy. Like, I literally got out of therapy and then started streaming an hour later. So I'm, like, processing everything we talked about in therapy while also doing this. I don't know why I'm like this. Oh, that's exactly what I was looking for, actually. Thank you, Queen. So, essentially, what I was trying to say was that I've also been working on getting some sponsorships situated. Nothing crazy. I won't really be making money off any of these. However, I will say that a company reached out to me about a game program that they have in which I play games, and then you guys get free drops, free code drops, so that you guys can play those games as well. That I'm looking into. I'm getting more information about it. We're talking about it. I also reached out to Top of the Morning Coffee about a sponsorship, which is the coffee brand I use. Some of y'all might know it. It's Jacksepticeye's top coffee brand. I reached out to them about that and did hear back from them. So, that will be going forward here soon as well. Like I said, I won't be making any money off of these. These are purely just because I'm interested in it myself. But I thought, hey, why not, you know? So the top of the morning coffee thing, when that is ready to go, will essentially be, I will be getting a code that I will just have show up on stream from time to time. And you guys can use that code to buy coffee. It will give y'all a little bit of a discount. And by using that code, it gives me a little bit of a discount on my own coffee. So instead of getting paid, I just get a little bit of a discount when I buy coffee from them, which is at least once a month. So it's pretty helpful for me. And it's helpful for y'all because y'all get to try new coffee brands if y'all would like. But the drop thing is something new. I don't fully understand the, like, all the mechanics behind it, but I'm working on figuring it out. Once that's figured out, we should be going with that. I also should be getting a model update soon for 2.0, so that's going along really well. I love top of the morning coffee personally, so... but that should be ready to go by the time I get back into town. So, when I get back from vacation, look forward to that. What else? I am still trying to get a plushie made for 2.0. I don't know if I'm going to be able to be successful in that, but I am trying. So I did want you guys to know that. Oh. Okay. So keep an eye out for that. That's something that I will be working on. Hopefully, if I can find somebody to pick me up on it, then that will be something I would like to release for 2.0. I'm also in the process of working on 2 different covers for 2.0. Those should be released the same day I debut. If everything goes to plan, my goal is to have those done in time. What else? What else is newsworthy? The drops are basically you stream the game, we link our account, we get free shit. Yes, except some of the drops are literal codes for you guys to have a free copy of the game as well. Nasty girl, nasty. Sorry, I'm immediately sidetracked. I love this song. Nasty, nasty. Is somebody gonna match my break? But I just know I'm working on a lot of things behind the scenes that are keeping me pretty busy. I'll be taking my iPad with me on vacation, just to keep up with emails and everything like that. So business stuff won't be stopping just because I'm on vacation. But streams, of course, will be on hold. But I'll make sure to have VODs uploading daily while I'm gone so that you guys don't feel like you miss me too bad. And I'll still be active on Twitter. Yeah, chat competition. Yeah. But yeah, I'll still be active on Twitter too, so y'all will still see me there. I just may not respond to messages super quick because I'm trying to prioritize my family. And also we'll be driving for like 15 hours, so. The joys. But I do be processing like mentally I'm currently like processing everything that needs to get done before I leave. Plus, like I said, I did therapy today, so I'm also processing therapy, which by the way is going well. My PTSD is getting more manageable. And I am learning better coping techniques. Highly recommend therapy. It's fantastic. But today was just a very interesting session, so I'm like... It wasn't anything like crazy, but it was a conversation about the youth and how we raise them. And raising our children differently from how our parents raised us, which is definitely a fun and interesting conversation. That does cause a little bit of anxiety from time to time. I do just like that. But honestly, all in all, I'm pretty excited about what we've got going on. I've got so much in the works for 2.0. Some stuff I got back didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. So I've had to spend a little bit of extra money getting some stuff replaced, but it's not the end of the world. And you know, it's getting dealt with. Oh, right. I meant to grab a... Bum, 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 bum. You'd say the opposite? What do you mean? Explain. Explain yourself. Take my heart. I've been lonely too long. No, I can't be so strong. Take a chance. Oh, thank you, Gore, for the information. I really appreciate it. What did I miss? Nothing. We were just talking about how, in therapy, we were talking about raising our children differently from how we were raised. And global warming. And, the concept of labor. And, how that works. Alright, let's see. What's the schmoo for today, gang? I want my kids to be similar to my parents, but not similar to me. That's a very fascinating... I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that. I don't think ever in my life I've ever heard anybody say, I want my kids to be similar to my parents. But maybe it's just because, like, I only know people whose parents, like, fuck them up, like, severely. So maybe that's why. But... it's a very interesting concept. Labor as in, birth. So my therapist is specifically for my NICU trauma. She's specifically for my PTSD and NICU related trauma. Which means that most of what we talk about is child related and, raising children related and, all of that. But we had a very interesting conversation about, we talked about the day my daughter was born and kind of what keeps me up at night. The PTSD that locks me in until 4 a.m. and how I've been processing that. Which, you know, fun. It's not, but you know, we're working on it. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. But things are getting better. I think I'm getting a little bit more sleep. Maybe not anything crazy, but definitely a little bit more than I was. So I can't really complain. Let's see. Babies are crazy. I love them though. And we were just kind of talking about just the NICU experience altogether because if you haven't lived it, God, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. My worst enemy or otherwise. The NICU experience is grueling. Sorry, post-therapy, I get exhausted. So that's why, like, usually on days that I have therapy, I probably won't stream very much or at all. Or if I do stream, it'll be small comfort games like this because, like... even just talking makes me feel nauseous right now. Like, that's, like... it's like how therapy is for me. Strangely enough. Ooh, luck will not be on my side. Yeah, that post-therapy exhaustion be getting you. It has some hands. Alright, let's go get... I need a cave jelly. So... oh yeah, the NICU's fucking insane. Would not wish that on my worst enemy. Truly. What do I need to make? Stone and copper? Can I make 3 more? Maybe? Sure can. There we go. I was there for a week and I hope to God I never go back. But yeah, I understand that. I was there for 4 months as a patient and it was a lot. We saw baby code. We saw babies that were there one day and not there the next, and we knew exactly what that meant because they weren't healthy the day before. Yeah, I couldn't imagine working there. Our NICU nurses were fantastic. I would die for them, truly. I love them with all my heart, but like, God, being there in, day out, I couldn't imagine. Oh yeah, it has to be a roller coaster. Literally the place I decided to go back to church. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely something. But therapy's going good. I'm okay, nice. I'm working on getting better. Things are getting better. And I'm finding my joy again. You know, like I know I made 2 tweets kind of back to back about that, but it's true. I have been working really hard on finding my joy and holding on to it with all my heart. So we're getting there. Things are good. And they're gonna stay good. And they're just gonna get even better. And you guys are gonna have more people in chat to be friends with. And I'm gonna keep doing more and more fun and amazing things for everyone. And we're all gonna be happy together. Because that's what I want. And I always get what I want, eventually. Eventually. Take a little sippy sip of my drink. The NICU medical team is stronger than any Marines. Fucking true. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go gather some little stinkers. I'm gonna get so rich that everyone here will have a gun. I don't want a gun, bestie. I just want a house. I have no need for a gun. I just want a house. Give me your guts. Thanks. That's what I'm here for. I want guts. Thank you. Thank you. I'll take a gun so I can sell it. Gore. We don't need a gun. All right. Any bugs? I need guts. You fuckers. Damn it. Just put a gun on your throne? Absolutely not. I will do no such thing. Thank you for the offer. I don't like guns. They stress me out. If I'm gonna kill a man, I'm gonna do it with my own 2 hands, like a fucking woman. I don't believe in guns, you're correct. If you can't kill someone with your bare fucking hands, you shouldn't be trying to kill anybody. You're a pussy. Simple as that. And I believe that until the day I die. Yeah, to your mama that you're all alone in the real world. Don't go crying to your mama, 'cause you're on your own in the real world. Don't go crying to your mama, 'cause you're on your own in the real world. To your mama, 'cause you're on your own, this is the real world. Baby, now you're one of us. Ain't it fun? Ain't it fun? Fun. I've been trying to convince a friend to at least learn how to shoot. I mean, do you really think something's gonna happen? I mean, I guess in this fucking world, you never know, but still. I personally think guns should have never been created. They were created for the weak to feel strong. Personal philosophy time. Guns were created for the weak to feel strong because the weak just want to kill, but are too scared to get up close and personal. Ma'am, I've been robbed at gunpoint twice. What the fuck is going on? Those are some shenanigans. Oh, I had bug guts. I didn't realize. I just think if you can't kill a man with your own two hands, maybe you shouldn't be killing men. Personal opinion. I speak for myself and not the masses. This time. Sometimes I speak for the masses. That's usually when I'm doing church and, it's not a MILF Monday. Wake up, wake up. You always see it as a community thing? What do you mean by that? I don't understand what you mean by that. I'm just stupid maybe, but... What the fuck? Oh, hardwood, right. There we go. Yay. What I'm trying to say. Their love is ours to make, so we should take it. Nothing else can wait. Okay, there we go. I do like having laid back streams like this though, it's very comforting to me. You know, it might make me sound like a pussy, but I think it's nice. There we go. Excuse me, Robin. Alright. We need to start working on clearing out everything in here. I think. We need to get this farm as put together as possible. You know what I mean? Like everything's kind of trashy. So like what happens when my community is targeted? Oh, Oh, yeah, you have the same mindset that my dad does, except my dad, like, went all out and, like, is convinced that, like, the government's gonna, like, come into everybody's houses and try and kill them. He also had a tumor, so... Oh, Second Amendment. Sorry. I saw 2A and I was like, what's that on the menu? Like, I was like thinking about like Asian food or something. Woo Moo. You got a new cow. Her name's Woo Moo. What I am trying to say is to make a me can make it. Thank you for the rock, I guess. Roxanne. All right. Right here. We should lay right here. 'Cause everything is okay right here. Just stay right here. You should stay right here. I don't know. I think I'm the person that doesn't really like to worry about what ifs. Like if a problem occurs, I'll deal with it then, but like I'm not stressing about it right now. Oh my. Oh. Really long way from suburbia. I need to make a bee nest. They literally infested low-income neighborhoods with crack. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But I'm also gonna be so honest. Doing crack is a personal choice. Not saying that the government didn't have a hand in the crack epidemic. They 100% did. But we also cannot deny the personal responsibility of the people, I feel. And like, I promise I'm not saying that to be like, well, the government, like, no, absolutely not. But we cannot deny the personal responsibility as well to not do crack. However, I do recognize that it is much harder to not do crack when you are mentally unwell, which a lot of people in poverty are mentally unwell due to the effects of poverty. And drugs are very frequently used by people who are in poverty to cope. And I do acknowledge that. Oh, way to the long way from suburbia. The only what if I can't even say it. I said I wasn't gonna be horny, so we're not saying what I was gonna say. We're just gonna walk away from it. Gonna walk away. Where the fuck did my beehive go? I need to make a designated beehive area because I can't find shit. Project 666, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Dog Pound. I hope you're having a fantastic day. It is very nice to meet you. We are just kind of having a chill stream today where I just kind of update chat on what's going on because I'm actually about to go on vacation here soon. So I wanted to make sure chat all knew and was on the right page. And we're also just kind of chilling and listening to music because I've had a long day and I just wanted to play a little bit of Stardew, chat with my chat, have a good one. I think chat's talking about conspiracy theories. I don't know. I zoned out a second ago. I'll get better about it. Hey, feeling impossible. The hardest thing is believing in your dreams. I dropped my fucking mozzarella stick. Ah, damn. I feel like a danger to myself. We're also kind of having a makeshift karaoke stream because it's fun. I like to sing. It's funny. Liam. And I wonder who's that man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All Stardew streams are also karaoke streams. That is actually true. I'm not good at doing a Stardew stream that isn't karaoke. Oh, this is nice. Alright. I don't really know what I'm going to use that for yet, but we'll figure it out. We'll get there. Oh, my tummy hurts. I'm just sleepy, I think is what it is. I'm just being a tiny little menace. Girl, come get your baby. Don't just let her go walking around in here by herself. You don't know all these bitches. Actually, you probably do. You were raised with most of them. Anyways. I need to get more milk stuff. So I'm not having multiple milk stops. Alright. Time to cut down every tree. Or at least every big tree. We'll deal with the small trees later. Your girl's got shit to do. Did I go steal some ice cream from Target? Absolutely not. Because if I say yes, then whenever you get arrested for thievery, you're gonna tell them I told you to do it, and then I'm gonna have to deal with the consequences. And I don't want to deal with the consequences. I'm not interested. Some kind of fire. Beauty up. You lift me higher. I'm not wrong. No, I'm not lying. We doing better. We doing better. Yeah. And I don't mind if the world spins faster, the music's louder, the waves get stronger. I don't mind if the world spins faster, faster, faster. Just let me take you to a better place. Alright, no more talking about the military or else they're gonna come and find me. No more talking about having guns to defend yourself from the military because the cops are gonna fucking find me. And I don't want to deal with it. I refuse. Can Gore and I still go? Fine, yeah, y'all can go to Target. Y'all can go to Target, I guess. I suppose. Y'all better behave. Y'all aren't gonna behave. I don't even know why I pretend. Alright, let's see. Where the fuck did my beehive go? Oh, did it get struck by lightning? Shit. Gang, I think my beehive got struck by lightning. That is so unpoggers! Shit. Crispy bees. Yeah, they sure are. Little crispers. Well, damn. Alright. I also need to plant more stuff there, but I think the market's gonna be closed by the time I make it into town. And yeah, because it opens at 9. Closed on Wednesdays. That's not what I was asking. Yeah. God damn it. I'll just cash myself out. Fuck you, Pierre. Alright, whatever. I need to go to the ocean anyways, I suppose, so I'll take that. Ooh, tasks. Big ol' wad of guts. 100 pieces of guts. Absolutely. Keg 12 potatoes. Oh, Jesus. Alright, Pam. Pam's a little fucking cracked, but I'll do it. Alcoholic. Jesus, okay. Fuck it up, gang! I wanna hear y'all sing. I gotta take a drink of my drink. Fuck. She may be an alcoholic, but she made a wonderful daughter. A lot of alcoholics may have wonderful children, I think. If I had to guess. Ooh. I did need that eel. Well, that's one night fish gone. Hi, Ducky! Thank you for the bark. Are you saying I should become an alcoholic to have a good kid? Not at all what I was saying. How the fuck did you get that from what I said? How the hell? How did you get that from the words that came out of my mouth? Ducky, how's Teddy? Is he doing alright? I meant to text you and ask yesterday, but life got a little crazy. Life's been a little crazy, but it's getting crazier. Somehow. I did say a lot of alcoholics have good kids. I didn't say that means you should become an alcoholic, though. The fuck? Ooh. Gotta be Cuddy, Cuddy. Ooh. Cuddy. Chiralama. Who likes to read in between the lines, about I mean the lines on the edge of the paper, also known as the outside, nowhere near. Yeah, tell me why Kula showed up and asked if he should buy an expensive ass gun. And then immediately almost shot himself in the foot. You talking about that? Rowdy Kai. Oh, is he still in the cone? I read that as, is he still in a coma? And I was like, Teddy's in a coma? Dogs can get put into comas? God, it's fucking scared the shit out of me. Ooh. Ooh. The cone of shame. Free my man! Free my man! He took the cone off while I was taking a nap, and he's supposed to be good to take it off tomorrow, but he caused himself to bleed. Oh no! Cool! Teddy, no! Teds! Aw, Tedsters. Hold on, chat. I'm gonna sing you a song for how I'm gonna feel while I'm on vacation, okay? Dude, I totally miss you. I really fucking miss you. I've been alone all the time, all the time. Dude, I totally miss you. The things we do together. Where have you gone? I totally miss the honesty in special times, and honestly, I totally miss the fucked up thing you do. Dude, I totally miss you. I totally miss you. Dude, I totally miss you all the time. Whoa! Totally miss the honesty in special times, and honestly, totally miss the fucked up thing you do. I forgot about watching the time. Dude, I totally miss you. I totally miss you. Dude, I totally miss you all the time. Thanks for the bit, Ducky. I had to pull off the mic. I realized I was way too close to the mic. Yeah, don't kill the boy. He's snuggled in between your leggies. I totally miss the honesty in special times, and honestly, totally miss the fucked up thing you do. Dude, I totally miss you. I totally miss you. Dude, I totally miss you all the time. All the time. That was the equivalent of me throwing a pity on stage at you. Oh my god. Snooch! Snooch! Move! Snooch, please, God! Snooch! Okay, thank you. We figured it out, we're fine. Made of concrete. I do not know the lyrics to this part of the song. I could not have just moved the bed. I wasn't even close to the bed. Huh? Oh, no. I could do a bunny POV, but we're going with a bunch of other family members. And I'm not trying to, like, dox them. Fuck me. Ah! Old lady jump scare. What do you want, Evelyn? What do you want, Evelyn? She's coming out here to scout out the place. Even flow on the right side rise. Oh, a garden pot. Okay. Oh, we don't know, but she tastes them away. Thank you, Evelyn. Oh, something else. And it's life again. Alright, cool, we're good. She's gone. I'm not saying she's not nice. I'm just saying old ladies scare me. Doesn't know to read, y'all. Oh, dang. Oh, yeah. Alright. I think my favorite part about singing on stream is just me going really hard for no good reason. It's just really funny to me. I don't know. I didn't grow up around old people, so they kind of freak me out a little bit. It's nothing personal. Even flow like butterflies. Oh, we both know. So he chases them away. I am guessing at the lyrics here, by the way. Hi, Crystalline. How are you? Lifting hands found me on the way. In the way. In the way. Ah! Ooh. Sweet, but no chill. Yeah, that's true. Look, I wasn't joking when I said one of my favorite things to do on stream is just to listen to music and then go way too hard. Like, go way harder than necessary. It's really funny to me. Exhausted as always. I'm sorry, love. Like, I love just taking, like, a normal-ass song and then just going apeshit on it just because I can. I really don't know why it's so much fun for me. Where the fuck did I put that? Where did I put that pot? Where'd it go? Where the rides like butterflies. There it is, okay. We don't know. Scare the shit out of myself. Alright. God, I feel like there's been a shit ton of ad breaks in this last hour for some reason. Oh wait, I need one of those eels, I believe. I do. Eel and a walleye. I don't think I got a walleye yet. I'll have to go grab one of those eels though. There's a vampire sent to drain secret destroyers. Goes they dump to the flames. Now what did I get? They want more money? Yeah. True. Oh shit. There you go. Even though I know I'm wrong. I haven't heard this song since Whale Wars. That's really funny, actually. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Chat, are y'all still just a rat in a cage despite all your rage? Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Don't wanna make it. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Look, I know it's not what he's saying, but it's so funny to think he's saying now I'm naked. Just one good show. Alright. Oh! I don't think it is what he says, no. I'm gonna be real honest with you. Even though... Oh, fuck me. No. Damn. Damn! Alright, well. I don't think either of us have watched Whale Wars. I think I know of it just from, like, passing acquaintances. I don't think I've ever watched it myself. You want my, complete and honest truth. To rat in a cage. Alright, let's see. Guess what? Stinky butt? Sorry, I'm fucking immature as hell. What's up? One. I might go job hunting again. I am rooting you on, bestie, because God knows. Fuck your job. Yeah, fuck your job. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. But never be saved. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. Oh, that's a fall or winter. Raining. Oh, God, okay. Whale shit. God damn it. I'm no good at this fucking game. Oh, right, I forgot I was befriending Willy, because I need to get into his back room. Oh, let's go grab a diamond. What's up, bud? Oh. You thought about getting married once? That's cool, Linus. Peach, are you a rat in a cage? Every day, man. Every day of my fucking life. Roth IRA and offers benefits, same. Look, I've been in a really weird place lately, where while I'm very happy with what I have in front of me, and I'm very happy with you guys, I want to expand my cult further. I need y'all to help me expand my cult to people who have never heard of me. I think it's time for me to expand my cult to the masses. So, while I'm on vacation, I am leaving you all with the task of expanding my cult to the masses, so that when my 2.0 debut comes about, we will have a full congregation that I can preach to. We must bring people into- brothers, we must bring people into the flock. And yes, I am saying brothers. My YouTube algorithm tells me that 100% of y'all are men. Though I think on Twitch, my demographic is mostly men with the occasional lesbian. Which I am a-okay with. Your audience are just all people who want to fuck women. So true, yeah. You are so correct by that. We're all women fuckers. That's a lie. What do you mean? I think it sounds pretty accurate to me. You do want to fuck women. Kula, you're not slick. All right, MILF Hunter. I like how in this stream we have assumed that Kula is a MILF hunter and also women and also bad with guns. And I find this very humorous, personally. I don't really know what I want to do with that yet, but I like it, so it's hanging out there for a minute. Oop, gotta grab more fucking tomatoes. Whoop. No, you should absolutely not continue to suffer. Are you on crack? Is crack what we smoked today? Did we just decide that crack was what we smoked today? Absolutely not. I need more potatoes. Yeah, suffering is never the option. Oh, I never let anybody out. Bummer. Sorry, gang. Just going and do something. I think Kula knows. I think Kula was there last time you talked about it. Don't do crack! God. There's so much I want to say, but I said I was gonna be Saiso. Alright, tell Kula, because Kula wasn't here. I thought he was. My bad. You tell Kula about it and get Kula's opinion. While I work on cleaning up my farm. Oh, you want me to explain it? Oh, okay. Essentially, Crystaline's been working for a company as their only IT person for a long-ass time now, and they keep saying that they're gonna hire somebody else, but they won't. Or just haven't. Pretty much leaving them to do a whole team's worth of people's work. For the longest of times. So, I think it's bullshit. TLDR. I think it's bullshit. Since when are you Saiso? Since I made a tweet today saying I was gonna be Saiso, so I'm controlling my language. I mean, like, I'm still cussing, but, like, I'm not, like, horny posting. I tend to bounce around in streams. I got too many homies to support. That's so valid, though. Yeah. I thought you heard about this. Wee. I'm gonna go, gather some hardwood. I've also worked 20 hours of overtime this week because of my normal shifts. Yeah, that's bullshit. Fuck that. That pisses me off. So fucking stupid. Sorry. I had therapy today, so I'm sleepy. Nice. decent amount of hardwood today. All right. I got a tattoo when I was 18. And I don't know what ink he used, but whatever it was, my body does not care for it and never has. And so at random, it's like kind of lumpy. And at random, my skin just gets so fucking itchy and it makes me want to fucking die. That is all. Did I put those potatoes in there? I did. Okay. Gang gang. Can I use those? I think I can. Oh, yeah, absolutely can. Alright, bet. Gotta make the most out of my day. Alright. Talk shit, throw it in their face, and if you continue, sue. See, Kula's on my side here. Kula is 100% on my side. Ugh. I'm so excited to be in the ocean. Father? Please let me get into the ocean, Father. I miss the ocean's glory. Perschnips. And carrots. Ba da da da. Ba 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 da da. Ba da 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 da. I forgot I had this song. I listen to my music quite a bit, but sometimes I just forget that I, like, have songs. Stop trying to eat things. Alright, oh, right, I meant to take that to Willy. That's what I forgot to do. Alright. Don't you want me? I can't condone shooting your boss in the face. I can, however, condone quitting. Or making it into a lawsuit, because that has to be illegal somehow. Want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh, don't you want me, baby? Don't you want me? Oh, in a cocktail bar. That much is true. Find a bit better place, either with or without you. I still love you. Yeah, exactly. The hours work should have some specific laws to them somewhere that you can use to your advantage for sure. My lips hurt. That steakhouse gave me a disease. I don't know that, but I'm implying that they did because it's funny. Damn! Sorry. That's just a lot of shit. Anyways, good morning, everybody. Come on out. We're gonna do all the goat's milk first. Excuse me, gang. And now I need to go grab some potato seeds. Plant them, and then we gotta go talk to Willie. Truly, I think Elden Ring streams were my peak. I think that's where I did my best work. I think that's where my best comedy came from. Alright, I need potatoes. We're gonna grab 20 potatoes. Do y'all think that's enough potatoes? Y'all think 20 potatoes is enough? Let's grab 25 just to be safe. We should be on the safe side. Also, that last house upgrade, I'm gonna look that up real quick. Don't mind me. Carpenter shop. House upgrade. Woo! 100,000. Okay. Got it. So we need to save up 100,000. Oh. Alright, we got it. Gang, what do y'all know about? Sorry, I was gonna say what do y'all know about Bad Apple, but my brain blanked on the name for the song, and I was like, uh-oh. I'm in trouble. Alright, we gotta get to Willie real quick. Willikers! What if I just drop a bomb on this man's house? I will always make time for fishing. Let me in! Sorry. Was that Penny? I didn't notice. Sorry, gang. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission from my god. Myself. Hey, bud. I'm just gonna dig through your trash. Don't mind me. Just gonna... Ooh. Schlam. Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. I'm sorry, I had a yawn. Did I do my Neopets dailies today? I did. Sorry, I have to think about whether or not I did my dailies sometimes, because sometimes I forget. Oh, somehow 25 wasn't enough. Shit. Alright, we gotta get back to town. Eight, 9, 10. I need 10 parsnips. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. 10. Okay. We got 10 of these bitches. I love Stardew Valley days because it's just dancing, hanging out, talking to chat, having a grand old time. I like to yap. And Stardew Valley days just let me yap. So I appreciate y'all letting me have my Stardew Valley days just to yap away. Okay, let's see. How do I get Ginger Island? Let's look that up. How do I unlock the boat? The boat. Oh, you have to complete the community center bundles. Okay. I need 200 hardwood, 5 iridium bars, 5 battery packs. Oof. Okay, so I gotta be working on that hardwood is what I gotta do. Good to know. Alright, let's see. Ain't got a chance. We ain't got a chance. For some reason, Gore always tells y'all that we're live in chat. Even though, like, y'all get a notification, right? Or do y'all not get the notification anymore? Because if y'all don't get the notification anymore, I have to fix that. Pop, pop, pop. Only if they have the Twitch role? Well, if they don't have the Twitch role, do they even really love me is the true question. Also, some people purposefully don't get the Twitch role because they don't want the notification, which I understand. I get the notification like 30 minutes later, but I think that's just a me thing. Oh shit. Okay. Or should just make it at everyone? Yeah, but I don't want it to at everyone because it gets annoying for me, much less for everybody else who maybe isn't interested in showing up for every stream, you know? I don't know. I don't want to be obnoxious. Especially since I stream once a day. Pretty much. Alright, we gotta take all these fucking trees down. This is fucking ridiculous. Why would they choose to be in your server then? I don't know. I overthink it, I guess. I think I just overthink it a little bit. Alright, Alright, there we go. You are human, you overthink constantly. I overthink like no one's business. It's honestly not even funny how much I overthink. It's an actual problem. I think that's why, I think my overthinking is why even the friend wheel thing is like such a terrifying concept to me. Cause like, bro. I don't know, I'm trying to reach out and be more present. ad breaks get changed to once every 30 minutes? Because that is too many ad breaks. Oh, that reminds me of what? There we go. What did it remind you of? What crimes are you committing? Instead of answering me. I had to DM someone. You scare me. I don't ever know what you're up to. It freaks me out. Oh boy. Hi, Rubber Ducky Knight. How are you? Oh, it's such a bummer Ducky left. I think she would have liked to meet you. Or she would have gotten super territorial. I'm actually not 100% sure. It is waiting, waiting, waiting. Can I do it for you? Just waddled in, checking out new people. Well, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for coming and checking me out. We're kind of just having a laid-back kind of stream today. I've had a busy day today, so I was like, a low-energy stream I think would be good. So low-energy stream it is. Currently clearing out around Grandpa's shrine. I forgot it was all the way back here. Woof! All right. Life is a two-way street. Oh, Graham, you can feed him if you want. If you type an exclamation mark feed, you can feed the little man. He loves to be fed. Thank you guys for feeding my boy. I appreciate it. He eats the bones of my enemies. He's such a good boy. Maybe I'll make a Snoop Boop redeem for him. I'll have to reach out to the woman who made him and ask if that's a possibility. I'm sure she'd be down to do it, honestly. She's so sweet. But I can ask her if we can get a Snoop Boop command. There should be a way that you guys can see how many times y'all have fed him, but I'm not sure if I have that set up yet. So. But I should set that up soon. My enemies help me make my strawberry jelly relatable. You have to have cravings for pomegranates in the spring. What are you, Persephone? Am I married to Persephone? Mmm, chowder. Thanks, Will. Oh, tomorrow's the Egg Festival. Good to know. Good morning, bud. That there's conspiracy behind the way two hearts beat. Ba ba ba. Sorry. Sorry. I didn't mean to like fucking shoot at you. I was thinking and my brain decided to ba ba ba. I'm so sorry. That was out of pocket of me. My apologies. I did not mean to shoot at y'all, chat. I pinky promise. That was not my intention. Unfortunately, Grim's not much of a cleaner. He kind of just lets it be. He kind of has no shame, so... He's not worried about how he's perceived. He's better than the rest of us in that way. Thank you so much for the follow, Rubber Ducky. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the dog pound. It may or may not be a cult. That's for you to discover. If it is a cult, it's too late. You're mine. Sorry. Ugh, rough. Rough bet, bud. I don't know what to do. I wish that I never met you. That's a fit to do. Alright. The crabs need to go inside. That's an ingredient. So just tell me where you are. Now my life's in downward spiral. Got my broken heart recycled. Hi, Nick. It's going good. Stardew Valley's going good. We're just kind of hanging out. We were kind of having a little bit of a chat earlier just about what the plan for the rest of the week is before I go on vacation. And I'm a little low energy because I had therapy today, so my therapist fucking sucked all my energy out of me like an energy vampire. But just to quickly sum it up, I'm gonna be out of town from Monday to Saturday next week. So that means no streams, but I will be uploading VODs to YouTube, so you guys should get at least one VOD a day. So that's kind of fun. I don't really need an octopus. Ooh. I catch a lot of herrings. I don't think I need a herring. Ooh, a bookcase. I will take that. I'll take another rare seed. Love this woman. You're the best! A therapist will drain both your energy and your bank account. Luckily, I don't have to pay for it because it's a therapist through my daughter's NICU. So it goes under my daughter's insurance, so I don't have to pay for it. But she do be draining my energy. She's a fantastic woman, don't get me wrong. But golly, am I tired after I talk with her during the days. Oh, did you find another truffle? Good job, you. Oh, yeah. Actually, no, that's a good place for it right now. I'll move it whenever everything's done growing. Yeah, excellent. Free therapist, yeah. But like I said, I still get pretty sleepy after the therapy sessions, so because of that, I don't always stream after therapy sessions. But I wanted to today just because I'm going on vacation, so I didn't really want to miss any days of streams this week. But this weekend, I'm planning on getting back into Elden Ring, doing some optional bosses that I didn't do the first time around, just to practice, get good again before we start the DLC, because as soon as I get back from vacation, we're going to start the DLC. So, I wanted to be on my A game before we got back, even though I'm sure I'm going to have to relearn everything once I get back anyways. I'll miss you guys next week, honestly. But it's just for a little bit, you know? And I'll be back in no time. I will be back in no time, so It's just a temporary little thing. And then once I'm back, we'll just be hopping straight into it. I need to go get hardwood. That's what I need to do. My therapist only pointed out the obvious that I already knew and told me told my work I was not a danger to myself. I'm sorry. I know a lot of therapists are... Some therapists can be rough and not what you need, but other therapists are really good, so I urge you to try and find a good therapist. I love my therapist. I think she's great. She's helped me out a lot, and she's given me a lot of resources to help make my life better. So if you can try and find a therapist like that, I highly recommend it. She's only going away because I got here. No! I promise I'm not. I promise. Pinky swear. I'm just busy. I got a family. Ooh, coffees. I'm a full-time ma. Which means over the summer I gotta take my kids on vacation. He's gonna miss out on all this beef? Nah, I'll be back in time. I'll be back in time. Anyways, you gotta catch up with this beef. The weeks are long, but the days are short, and I must make the most of being a mother while I can, because sooner or later my child will not be 1, she will be 15, and she will not want to spend time with me because she will be an angsty teen. I must be prepared. What's wrong with me? Being in love with you. Hey, stop. This is fucking rude. Why are there so many of you today? Alright. But the time without Peach is longer. What are we gonna do, chat? Gory, you're gonna be with me! Gory, you're going on vacation with me. What are you talking about? I'll be with you, but not tragedy? I suppose that's fair. That's a good point, I guess. Commit war crimes because you were left unsupervised? Bitch, I'd be committing war crimes with y'all. What are you talking about? War crimes are happening whether I'm here or not. Somehow. I don't know how. It's not the same. Is it not? Y'all gonna miss me that bad? Oh, nice. River jelly. That's actually exactly what I needed. Well, I got the jelly I was looking for. Ah, Stitched! How are you? How could I not miss the tragedies? Oh yeah, these? Are you talking about my honkers? My big old bahongas? My bahongalongs? My bongos? Is Dougie allowed to tell a dirty joke? Yeah, go for it. Fuck any plushies? Nah. I'm practicing lint. I'm not being horny. I'm on sabbatical. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay. I'm on horny sabbatical. Alright, I need 200 hardwood. I'm nowhere near that. Yeah, damn. Without one, you have to unload by hand. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, shit. Good thing I'm forklift certified. God damn. I almost got forklift certified. And then I fainted in a horse stall and almost got my head stepped on. I have the wildest lore. I have absolutely bonkers lore. Whenever I am alone with you, you make me feel like I am home again. Sorry, I'm yawning. Whenever I'm alone with you. Bum, 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 bus. I messed up my lore because I wanted to VTube model too soon. I mean, you can always adapt your lore. I didn't even really have lore until recently. And nobody knows it yet because it's going for my new outfit, so... Where I'm gonna be doing like an actual lore video, so it is what it is. You do what you want at this rate you want to do it, you know? However far away, I will always love you. However long I stay, I will always love you. Whatever words I say, I will always love you. I will always love you. Okay, for real, how many fucking ladders do I need? So weird. Some of these levels you can go like forever without getting a single ladder. I'm just gathering copper, by the way. I'm just gathering copper, by the way, because I'm gonna need it whenever I go back into the skull caverns. HD calf? Do you really? I don't really drink much of anything. I mean, I drink sodas from time to time, and I drink a lot of tea. I've been in a tea kick. But like, I can't drink energy drinks because I have like a heart condition or whatever the fuck. So... Honestly, I should probably start cutting caffeine out again. Hi, Taco! How are you? However far away... I want amnesia in my lore and also buried treasure. Oh, you could absolutely do that. That's very doable. I can't tell y'all my lore. You'll have to wait for debut. Haha. Haha, no lore for you. My lore is very in-depth and detailed. That's so true. Oh, by the way, when I said my lore, I was being dead ass. I was talking about like my actual, like, the things I've actually been through in my life, not my VTuber model. Just fucking fly me to the moon. God damn it. I don't like this song. Gora's gonna fucking have my ass for that, but it's true. I'm sorry, did that thing just drop money? I'm a lore whore? Same. That's how I feel about Elden Ring, honestly. I love the Elden Ring lore. And I love the fact that it's so open-ended. And that we don't have, like, set answers for a lot of things yet. It's just impressive to me for some reason. Another sad love song. I can't get over how it all went wrong. Should I let the words come together? And maybe I'll feel better. Wow, wow. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting poll. Sorry, I'm thinking about like what I just pulled out of there. I'd suck dick for lore. Would you suck mine if I gave you special insider tragedy lore? Hmm? You said. Just out of curiosity. You think maybe a little bit of a sucky? Maybe? If I told you special secrets? Hi Nico! How are you? Sorry, I'm trying to convince my husband to suck me off. Such a funny sentence. Wow, wow. 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 God damn it, you're right! I said I wasn't gonna be horny! Ah! I forgot. Shit! Fuck, I forgot! I forgot I was on sabbatical from horniness. Lore, where? I'm not telling you. Shit's top secret. Bad luck day again. Lasted longer than I thought, fuck you! I was really trying. I was really trying. Shit. How could I have failed like this? Alright, $30? Alright, send me $30. I'll take it. $30 is $30. I'm about to go on vacation. I'll take it. Horny challenge failed. I was doing really good. I almost made it a whole day. You just don't need to edit out the hentai tags from one of the last streams. What? Oh, no, it's fine. Alright, everybody, throw 30 bucks into the pot! Oh boy. Chat, you don't actually have to give me money. It was a joke. There are too many cows in this bitch. Okay, well, look. I was doing really good. Now I'm just disappointed in myself. I don't even remember what I was saying. God, my brain is not all there today. Gotta put all the potatoes in the thing. How many more days do I have left of this? 9 more days? Okay, bet. Yeah, bitch got a little worried. Well, now that I know I don't need to suck up to Willy. Guess I can go get more potatoes. Oh, fucking it's the egg festival. I forgot. It's fine. Not the end of the world. Minor inconvenience. Phone's not charging, it's at 1%. Love you, good night. Good night, Kula! Thanks for coming! Why do I have a notification? Buy as many of these as humanly possible. 50 should be good. Take a seasonal plant. I'll take a plush bunny. Decorative pitchfork. I'm good. Thanks. Alright. Talk to everybody. Alright, let's see. We gotta talk to everybody, let everybody know we love them. Even though we don't. Even though half these bitches can go to hell. Talk to my husband. Love you. Why are you standing so close to him? They're about to fuck. I don't know if that's true, but it feels like it, so I'm gonna say it. See, me not being horny really did just end the moment I started talking without thinking. Hey, you. Not a big fan of eggs. Well, sounds like pussy behavior. Sup, kiddo? Hello? Why the fuck are you all the way over here? You think I'm too old to do the egg hunt? Bitch, I am a grown-ass woman and I'm still doing the egg hunt. It's fine. Just admit it, you're a lewd tuber? When did I ever say I wasn't? Is it a better question? When you decide to be Siso, so today? Okay. Hey gang, we're doing a collab tomorrow. Just confirmed. Sorry. God, so lewd, I started getting fucking horny hearts just thinking. Straight up. Cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out, cash out, cash out, cash out, cash out. Cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out. With who? It's with Carius and everybody again. Like I did last week. My Among Us collab. So, a lot of people. I'm challenging myself. Yeah, we're gonna do Among Us again. I'm challenging myself, to not get overwhelmed. Oh, there it is. I was like, where the fuck is these eggs? Damn. Not a lewd collab, just Among Us again. I win. It's gotta be me, baby. Hell yeah. Here's my prize. My ticket, baby. Do you think my husband just watches me do this and be like, We're in spring right now, right? Cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out, cash out, cash out, cash out, cash out. Cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out, cash in, cash out, cash out, cash out, cash out, cash out. It's spring in real life, yes. No, I meant in game, but thank you. Yellow like beyond. Alright, let's see. Agungas? Yeah, we're playing Agungas. I'm awful at Among Us. But I have a lot of fun with it, so. I'm talking about a minute, baby. Alright. Cute. Just be feral. I'm so bad at it, though. We need to get a baby room, sir. We need to have children. I wish to be bred, sir. See? The words that just leave my mouth. I really just don't pay attention much. I mean, I like the new flooring. It's cute. Good pick. Didn't know you could do that. What's our luck like today? Ooh, good fortune. Okay, so we're going into the mines today. 3-day festival in Calico Desert. Oh. Didn't worth it. You just gotta trick your friends. It's hard. I'm not a good liar. I'm too honest for my own good. Would Elliot be more or less attractive if he was a wolfman? More. Stupid question. Stupid question. The answer's more. Anyways, next question. Alright, let's see. Alright. Legend that lies beneath. Alright. Just follow Zoro's example and get lost in every map. True. I didn't shut the door for you guys. Huh. That's a little troublesome. Ba-da-da, ba-bam-bam-bam. Just get lost in every map. Yeah, honestly, I think getting lost in every map might be the play. Werewolf femboys or bar werewolves is the next example. Bar werewolves. Femboy werewolves just feels wrong to me. I don't know why. Werewolves need to be big, fat titties, hairy. You know? You feel? Not my tattoo artist laughing at me right now. God dang it. Hey, boy. How's it going, bud? Sorry, my dog came in here to say hey. This is his official office space now. So Merlin will randomly be joining us on streams. He's chilling right now. Everybody say hi, say hi, Merlin. He's a good boy. Howdy, Merlin. Blythe or femboy werewolves? Blythe, 100%. Even if he is bald. Merlin can't win? I mean, I could just turn one on right now. Bro's just chilling. Actually, he looks really sad. He's back here because he's got anxiety. And also, we keep all of his food back here. But his doctor said he has to be away from everybody because of his anxiety. Thoughts on Futa Wolf Woman? Absolutely. Win. An absolute win. I sold the fucking potato juice! Oh, gods above. Alright. Gods above. Oh wait, was there a recipe today? I don't even remember. I needed that. You know, it's not the same as it was in this world. It's just us. You know, it's not the same as it was. I really needed that juice. Sorry, that's why I just shut down the game and I'm just starting it over. Harry, you're no good alone. Why are you sitting at home on the floor? What kind of pills are you on? Ringing the bell. Nobody's coming to help. Alright. Oh boy. Oh. In this world, it's just us, chat. You know it's not the same as it was. In this world, it's just us. And you know it's not the same as it was. As it was. As it was. You know it's not the same. I love this song because this song is true for my streaming career too. It is nowhere close to the same as what it used to be. For better or for worse, you know? I am not the same kid that started streaming 3 years ago. I am a completely different person in my life now. You know, it's not the same. And what a crazy thought. I like to reminisce. But it really ain't the same. Bum, 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 bum. I cannot believe that goes into potato juice. And not, like, vodka. Alright, let's get it. Freaking Friday night, yeah. Gang, are we getting freaky on a Friday night? I don't know what day it is. Thursday? Thursday. Woo! Woo! I did see that the new update dropped for fucking Friday Night Funkin'. Yeah. I got a ticket! Good morning. Thank you for my items. Have a good one. They had a new animation, sprites, tags, and songs. Ooh. I might have to play again. It's been a long time, so. Sup, Pam? There's 2 drinks for you. Have a good one. There's an animation of boyfriend and girlfriend straight fucking if you get a perfect scroll. I did see that! God, honestly, wish that were me. I want to fuck so bad. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up. Don't mind me. I'm just being stupid. I'm just letting my mouth go. I need therapy. More therapy than I'm currently getting, I think. Anyways. Should I play Friday Night Funkin' on stream? I need iron ore and coal. That's what it is. Oof, I need way more iron ore. I got 3 bombs, gang. What the fuck was that noise? Okay. And then we're gonna drop that in there. Oh my god! What the hell? What the fuck? What the fuck? The internet died. Like, fully. I am so sorry, chat. The internet died. I don't know. Like, the internet on the PC just completely went out. We're back. But for whatever reason, the PC decided no. And I don't know why. I have no idea what the fuck happened. I have no idea. For whatever reason, the internet on the PC just fucked off. God, don't drop babies. There's something wrong. Alright, we need fucking... Soon gonna hear you are. Oh, hello. Hi, gang. Hi, gang. The fuck? I have no idea what the fuck happened, but I need iridium, so we're just gonna pretend like whatever just happened didn't. Anyways, we're back. Hi. So sorry. Didn't mean to spook you. Spooked me too. I looked over at chat and all of a sudden I saw the red disconnection and I was like, what the fuck? Supposedly my luck's pretty high today, but it doesn't really feel like it. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, real quick. Let's see. We are just gonna drink that real quick so that we can run faster. Fell 3 levels. It could have been more, I think, but it's fine. We'll make it work. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 da. Tashi no sai no no da 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 da. Oh, nice. Alright, stairs. Run. That stairs. Oh! That was a little too close for comfort, I think. Alright. How am I? I'm okay. I'm a little low energy. I'm working on it. I do feel, I feel a bit guilty about it. I know it's probably not all the way up here, but I'm gonna check anyways. Oof. Ouch. I came back with water. Who died? Stream. All of stream decided it wanted to drop dead for a minute. It was very rude. Do I have any coal? I do. Only one bomb? Alright. Move! Ooh. I also need hardwood, so if I can get hardwood from in here. Nope. It's not a single ounce of hardwood. Great. Yeah, stream decided it wanted to say fuck me, so... To which I say, what did it say fuck me for? Na 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 na. Alright, let's start with the easy rocks to break. There's no way it's gonna be this one. Okay, good. I'm only on floor 17? Oh my god. On bad luck days, I need to go and, like, just collect enough ore to make bombs galore, because, god, would this be so much faster if I had a shit ton of bombs to blow up everything in my path. pass on your face. All right. Oh God. Ow. Hurtful. Ooh. Ah! Hey Gore, are we gonna watch Bridgerton tonight? I would like to. Hi there, Edward, how are you? Why are we alien dancing? A smokable vibrator? What does that mean? Like a vibrator you can also smoke out of? Because if so, horrified. Settle down. Table for two. Wine and dine. Oh! Shit. About to hit the hay. Oh, good night, Third Word. Thank you for coming. Shit! I fainted. How much money are you taking from me? What all are you taking from me? That's fine. It's a vape and a vibrator? That's wild. That is absolutely feral. I want it. Won't you settle down with me? Settle down. Mm-mm. She got a fancy car. She wants to take you far. Alright, so what we need to do is we just need to start collecting the materials I need to make bombs. Is what we need to start doing. And no one else will do. I don't know what all you can do with a rabbit's foot, so I'm gonna put it in storage right now until I learn. You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record, baby, right round, round, round. I lost all my patience. You were fucked up. I was wasted. Midsummer madness. I can't take that no more. No more. Sing it with me, chat! Fucked up. Ooh, 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 fucked up rules. Rules. Make it make sense, make it make sense. No, lip. The lights are the same to me. No vacancies. Alright. Feeling low. You just wanna fight cause you're lonely. Well, feed all my love. You need all of us. Mwah. I'm going to bed. Good night. Fucked up mega bomb. That's what I need. What do I need for the mega bomb? Sometimes I wonder if the way I have to manipulate my face. Oh, I can make a shit ton of those. Sometimes I wonder with the way I manipulate my face to make my model's face move, if I carry that over into, if I carry that over into, like, my actual day-to-day life. A leak? I guess I can. Good morning, you. Oh. Where are my strawberries? Hell yeah. Fucked up. Alright, let's see. Ooh, fucked up rules. Gang, gang, gang. Alright, let's see. What else do we need to do? We're just kind of having a laid-back day. I had more I wanted to say, but I'm genuinely, like, I'm blanking. Like, I know I had more I wanted to say, but I'm completely blanking on it right now. And I don't know why. I guess it's just life. But I don't know. I'm working on a couple of different things behind the scenes. And it's been kind of difficult, but I'm doing my best to get it all organized and situated. There's a lot I want to do for 2.0. And I don't know. I'm motivated, but also a little overwhelmed. I'm worried that I'm maybe doing a little bit too much, or I'm not going to be able to do everything I want to do, or that the things that I am doing aren't going to be good enough. Self-doubt season for real, for real. But I'm trying not to let the self-doubt get to me. I'm trying to believe that I can, like, what I'm doing will be good enough. I gotta get there, you know? So. But I'm gonna work my ass off, good enough or not. So I hope you guys enjoy everything that comes out once those things are ready. Whenever that is. Alright, Evelyn wants a fucking leak. I think I missed my chance. I don't think there are any more leaves. Leaf. Leaks. Okay, so I need these. And I need these. How many mega bombs can I make? 6. Not bad. Hi, Miss Jackson. I am for real. I feel like there were eyes in those when I hit them, but that's fine. We're just not gonna question that. Oh, right, I forgot I gotta go to the desert for the festival. Prismatic jelly. Lotion made from green beans. You gotta ship 100 green beans. Damn. By the end of the season. Damn. I didn't buy enough green beans for that. Well, there's 4. Ugh. Sorry, gang. You are so slow. Why does the rain say over? Oh boy. Well, off we get. Come on, drunk! Drive me to the city. The desert. We are in the city. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Ah! Sorry, that man scared me. Let me see. Oh my god, hi. Yes? Yeah. Extremely sharp cheddar. Uncomfortably hot sauce. What is this man making? Oh! Voila, I call it nachos of the desert. What? Oh. Rare fruit, uncomfortably hot sauce? I heard that the uncomfortably hot sauce mixed with something else gets you the best boon. Oh, there it is. Best up luck. I see. What the fuck is going on down here? Hey, gang. Oh. I need calico eggs. Oh, yes, 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 yes. I forgot I was supposed to show up naked. Alright, let's step into the box. What's she gonna do to me? What's she gonna do to me? What's she gonna do to me? You got it? I'm coming in, so don't be alarmed. Alright. Alright, let's see what Emily dresses us up in. Let's see, gang. What the fuck is happening in there? Alright, how'd she dress me? I look like a man! Why would they let her do this to me? Oh my god. Oh. I got a cactus. Cool. Hmm. Oh, that's the race that's happening. I see. Sir? So I'm very spooked. Oh, what do I need for that recipe, actually? Taneridium! I see. Going into the caves. Oh. Hey, babes. I don't know if I need a perch. I know I probably do need a potato, though. I will definitely take that rare seed. Thanks, girlfriend. Hey, bud. Oh, those are nice. Hmm. Okay. Catch 3 sandfish. Every day we have a pair of challenges, and then you get calico eggs. Once you picked your challenge, here are today's challenges. 15 pieces of iridium, reach level 30. Let's do iridium. And what we're gonna do, gonna move my bombs up here to level 1. Because the moment we come in... Wait, what the fuck is that? Hi, Oh. I see. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Knew it. Oh, I didn't mean to sit down too! Oh, God. I'm gonna take some of this so I can make normal bombs. Alright. Into the tunnel we go. Ow! Piece of shit. Okay, I got some iridium from that. God damn, that thing explodes. Okay, we need more bombs. Dance, dance till you're dead. Heads roll. Heads roll. Heads roll on the floor. Go to hell. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, well... This is not ideal. Oh no! Oh! I have not found nearly as much iridium ore as I was hoping I would. My luck is up 3. And I have not found as much iridium ore as I thought I would at all. Travesty. Alright, let's see. Thank you. Ugh. Let's see. What do I not need? Ugh. Alright, downstairs. Oh god. Ooh, iridium bats. Okay, this is good. This is a good sign. You get iridium from iridium bats. This is good. Okay. Ow. They hit so hard. I don't like parties or getting high. I just get low most of the time. Okay, dance so fast because I'd like to dance so fast. Alright. A way down has appeared. This way? Alright, let's see. Ah! JJ's on top of me, and it is hot, hot, hot. I said, someone, sweetheart, take him off, and I don't take him off. Then I take him off, and then her dad walks in. Hi, Jimmel! How are you? I actually just fixed my posture. But thank you so much for asking me to do it again. God knows I probably need to. How are you? Ugh. Bad luck, man. Bye, Nick. Have a good night. I'm probably gonna end it up here soon, too, so... I just really like doing, this event. It's really cute. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Oh, there it is. Aha! Caught you. Alright. Man, there isn't there ain't a single bit of iridium in this hoe. Damn. How'd I miss? Just been lurking for almost 3 hours. Oh my god. Well, it's nice to see you in chat. I fell down 7 levels. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Oh my goodness! I got the power, god, and anime on my side. Mistia, thank you so much for the raid. How are you? How's your stream? Gore, can I get a shout out for Mistia, please? If Gore's here. Oh yeah, cool. We were playing Dishwashing Simulator. Is that game any fun? I've heard good things. I hope you had a good one. Oh my fucking god. I need to stop putting down bombs. I'm scaring myself. Ooh, trying. Oh. Sorry, I'm feeding a baby. No, it's okay. Is she eating again? Merlin, what is it, bub? You wanna go outside? I'll let you out in just a minute, buddy. It's a very shitty obstacle course section. What the fuck? Ooh, stairs. Okay. I can't be in here anymore. Cerelia, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Welcome to the dog pound. Sorry, I'm not all here. I'm a little compromised. Compromised? That's not the word I was looking for. It's fine. You know what I mean. Oh, wait, no, please don't perceive. All right, I'm not looking. Thank you so much for the stretch. Give me 1 minute. Let me put down this funky ass, let me put down some of my stuff real quick, and let my dog out. He decided at the worst time that he wanted to go outside. He said, oh, mommy, you're doing stuff with strangers on the internet? That's cool. I need to go outside. Bark, bark. Oh my god. Thank you so much for the hydrate, and the posture check, and the pet, and all of the things. Oh my god. I will hydrate. I'm drinking an Izzy today, so it's not really a hydration, but you know. All right. Ducky entertain chat. I'll be right back. You wanna go outside, bud? All right, dog's out. Hey, Wonder Waffle, how you doing? Oh, did you follow? Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Wonder Waffle. Welcome to the Dog Pound. I hope you're having a fantastic day. The Dog Pound might be a cult. I'm not 100% sure yet myself. I'll decide on it in the future. Hope stream's going well. It is. I am overheating. I'm going on vacation next week, so I was just updating chat with all the good news. And by the good news, I mean all the things that they need to keep an eye out for while I'm gone, because it is their job to integrate more people into my cult while I'm out of town. Bye, Mistia. Thank you for the raid. I'm glad that you had a good time on your stream. I'm sorry I didn't like talk to you much. I'm so sorry. I got immediately overwhelmed. I don't know why, but I did. Oh god, I hate him. I don't know why, but I immediately was like, There's something wrong with me. Join the cult today. Hell yeah. I wish the Cult of the Lamb Redeem was still there. That's very fair. Y'all cannot keep forcing me to make friends. I refuse. I'll make it more expensive just to spite you. I'll be saving money for the collector's edition for Sparkling Zero. I'm 30k away. No! Stop trying to make me make friends. I don't want to. Baby, what crops did you water? They're all already watered, my love. I don't know what this man's talking about. He said, my love, I watered crops. What crops did you water, babe? They're already all watered. Sweets. Poor thing. You know, I grabbed this because I thought I needed it, and I don't. There's a little bit of waste of money, but it's fine. There's so many If only we could combine our powers. Look, Gore did it last stream, and I almost killed myself. I didn't. That's a little dramatic, but I thought about it. I panicked. I panicked a lot. But hey, I'm doing a collab tomorrow. Be proud of me, damn it. Be proud of me, damn it. I'm doing a collab with a shit ton of people again. Did I lose a chicken? I don't think I did. Sorry, I can't hear you. We fucking it up over here. Alright, 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 alright. I'll let y'all fuck it up. I'll stop trying to talk to you. I see how it is. Alright, let's see. Move! Gort, why do you always step on people when you're fucking it up? That's just rude. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. Bing, bing. Let's see. Corzite is stepping on y'all's toes. Yeah, he's the worst dance partner. Over here stepping on everybody's toesies. Alright. Oh. I'm gonna lose my marbles. Perhaps. There are too many fucking trees. I am struggling to get around. Every time I cut down all the trees, more magically appear. God, I need to finish building that fence. Okay. I'm gonna get myself jumped by my own little dudes. Oh, fuck yeah! Sorry, I like this song. A beautiful sky. Alright. Na 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 na. Do I have enough gold? I don't. Alright, 5 bombs! Fuck, I mean, that's not the worst. It definitely could have been worse. Alright. Desert Festival is now open. The beautiful star. Oh, I need to go back to the... Get into it, chat! Get into it, yeah! I love watching chat fuck it up. I think it's really cute. The fuck that say? I'm going to the festival. You have to drive yourself. Alright, I mean... I essentially am every day, but... Chat, should I get drunk? Not today. But like... Should I do a stream where I just get drunk? Hi, Nico! Alright, I would like a rare fruit with a comfortably hot sauce. Thank you. The future devil dancing. Yeah, every single time I hear this song, that's all I think of, is him just fucking it up. Get drunk on vacation? I probably will. But you have to keep me from making a fool in front of your mom. Level 30, that's your task. Cat statue. Alright, chick, can you make me not a lesbian? Not that I'm not a lesbian, but like... Bro, Gore, your girlfriend is dressing me up stupid. Alright, chat, get it! It's your favorite song! I know it's your favorite song, chat. Oh my god. Alright, let's see. What she, do I still look like a lesbian? Oh my god. Y'all, she made me look like a little boy. Chat, I look like a little boy. I look like a little boy, chat. Chat said, whatever, streamer. We're dancing. Babes, can you open? Hi, babes. Open. Thank you. Duck feather, cauliflower, egg, tulip bulb. Miner's treat. Yes, thank you. That's what I wanted. And another rare seed. Thanks, babe. Alright, off we get. Tomboy is still a good look. I mean, I appreciate it. It's just, not what I was expecting. Alright. Oh, this floor's overrun with monsters. What a shame. What a shame, I have to commit murder. Y'all, you guys should watch Bridgerton. It's so fucking sexy. Like, there's quite a bit of sex in it. But it's like sex from like a woman's point of view. God, is it good. Would you stop poisoning me, dickhead? Yeah, Bridgerton is good. It's spicy, yeah. But God, is it enjoyable. And believe it or not, I'm not even typically into spicy media. I know, everybody thinks I'm a liar right now. I said what I said, and I was like, everybody in this chat thinks I'm lying. Ooh! A whole ass iridium bar, baby! Ah! Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but it happened, so... There goes my bomb, I guess. Alice Silver, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Dog Pound. That might also possibly potentially be a cult. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I love the little sparkle noise that it plays whenever you go down a floor. I think it's cute. Hey. Y'all know y'all could do this cool thing called die. Alright. Da-da. Oh, I'm in danger. Be gone. Will you drop anything, Iridium? I don't think you do. I've killed 100 of you. Maybe you'll drop a spicy eel bowl, though. No. I was asking for too much. Woo! It is rough down here. Oh god. Eat. 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 Hold on, 1 minute, 1 second, 1 second. Oh, thank you for the spicy eel. Not ready for my show! Go to hell. Oh my god. It's only 4:20. Showtime. Perish. All right. Oh god. Oh god. Ugh. Ugh. Up we go. Okay. She's saying warning. It sounds like she's saying horny. This song is wild to me. Alright, we got some more iridium. We cannot risk losing any more iridium. Oh, this is gonna hurt, actually. Alright. Your girl just had to pray that that was far enough away. This is not going to be far enough away. Sometimes you just gotta take the damage, though. Alright. Steel Falchion. Fascinating. Can I make any more bombs? I can. Alright. Let's see. Is this from Film Red? No, but it is from the same artist, yeah. Ow! You son of a bitch. I didn't see your ass coming. Where the fuck did that one go? Oh my god. You ever not want to get jumped by surprise? So you go to kill the thing that jumped you earlier, only to not know where the fuck it went? No. I refuse. Die! Ow! You son of a bitch! Ho almost killed me! That was almost a successful murder! Asshole! The fuck? Get in the corner! Oh. That was almost deadly, gang. Alright. Let's see, what the fuck's going on in here? The answer? Not much. Alright, way down. Way down. No way down. Way down? No. Way down. Ooh, okay. God, these slimes are a pain in my ass. Skelly man? I hate this. Don't shoot magic at me, you freak! What the hell? Oh. Fucking magma bats. Alright. Oh. Run! Alright. Run! Into the corner! Jesus. Fucking risking my life out here. Oh, Lord. Ooh, 2 pits. Down, 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 down. Why are there so many ghosts? The fuck? Yes, I'm aware it's 11 p.m. Oh god. Yeah, no. Absolutely not. Excuse me. Why did that not hurt me? I have no idea. Oh gods, it's midnight. Teleport me home! They knew all that you are. On me. I'm just trying to be free. Alright, gang, no fainting. Alright. I have a million diamonds, so... We gotta be speedy with it. Alright, it's 1 a.m. Alright, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go! Alright, I think I'm only gonna do one more day, and then I think I'll be done for the day. I am coming to bed. Hello, my love. Real quick. There we go. I forgot to stop raids, so... But yeah, I think I'm gonna do one more day and then we're gonna be done. Thank you. I just gave it back. God damn it. He gave me coffee and I just fucking handed it back to him like a dumbass. Oh, babe, thanks for the coffee. Here you go. Idiot. Oh, boy. Alright, let's see. Alright, well, hey, if nothing else. Boom, 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 boom. I want to rewatch this movie. The D&D movie. It seems like it was a really fun movie. I really want to rewatch it. I hope they make more. I don't think they will, but I really hope they do. I was just excited. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was so much fun. I really, really, really am like hoping that they make another one. I think it'd be really funny and really fun if they did. Oh yeah, they absolutely have plenty of room for it. Oh, hey everyone. Sorry, forgot to put y'all up last night. I'm gonna get one of y'all eaten on accident because I'm being fucking dumb. A lot of truffles though. Alright, let's see. I think, honestly, I'm of the mindset that they should make those movies forever. It's like every couple of years, just release a new one. Ba-na-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na-na-na. I meant to put these in the... Damn it. The bass, the mark, the mic, the gerbil. Two chickens, two ducks, two dinos, one rabbit. Okay. Yeah, we need the other classes. I need a new party. But I need the paladin to show up in every single movie. Every single movie, same paladin. Just because I think it would be hysterical. And Jarnathan. Jarnathan and the paladin. Every single movie. Na na na. There should absolutely be a D&D universe. There it is. Alright, let's go put these potatoes away. The paladin is in Bridgerton? He is, and god, is he surprisingly attractive. Like, I didn't find him attractive when I watched D&D, but in Bridgerton... Alright, sir. He's in season 1 of Bridgerton. But because he was filming D&D, he's not in any other season of Bridgerton. Which is a fucking travesty. Yeah, like Stan Lee being there, exactly. Like, I find that shit hysterical. I will never be able to properly explain why I find that shit so funny. Oh, I should have left those clothes in my... Oh well, it's too late now. Chris Pine was so good. Yeah, he was actually amazing. He did such a great job. I don't know why I said actually, like he's not a good actor in general. Because he very much is a good actor. I don't know why I said it as if he's not. Damn. I'm just trying to get rid of all these because I have so many now. Ooh, iridium. See, that's what I was looking for. I'll take clay too. No, you don't need you know. All right. Oh God. What do I have to donate? Purple? Blue? Ooh. Okay, actually. Red, orange? Blue. What's the new reward? Ooh, more coffee. Triple shot espresso. Hmm. I see. Bet. Okay, we gotta go to the mines. And what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna put all of this together for now. I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm just gonna put everything in here real quick because of the fact that I'm not gonna stop back by the house. Okay. There we go. Whatever. There we go. Off to Calico. I'm really trying to be, like, strategic about this. Damn it. I forgot to fold up my fucking tortilla, and now it's all weird. It's all, hard. Alright. Take a sip of that. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna get one more outfit while we wait. Just because it's funny. Running right into you. And I don't want to look like a little boy anymore. Something you say, something you do. The taste of the divine. I've got my body, flesh and bone, yeah. The sky above, the earth below. She's cutting my hair! Oh my god. Take me up. Bitch, what is this? Bitch! What am I wearing? Tube top and tight pants. Bitch. Oh my god, I look so fucking stupid. You gotta be fucking with me. I have never looked so dumb. She turned me into a club girl. Nah, bro. She didn't turn me into a fucking club girl. She turned me into the club. Magic rock candy. I really need rock candy. I don't need that. I need 250. I do want the bow though, so I'm gonna take the bow. Look at my dumbass! Oh my god. Dopey dumbass. I look stupid. I look like a leak. Oh, I need to go talk to Gil when I'm done. Okay. I see. I look like a fucking leak. Bro. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Dumbass. There's one geode. I don't think I've ever looked so stupid in my fucking goddamn life. Oh my god! Look at me from behind. Oh! There's no slaying! It's like being being overweight and then wearing pants that are too tight. It is not a good look. It's an awful look. No, yas, queen. Oh god, it's such a bad look. Bro. Be so for real. Oh. Oh, my love. Did I mistake you for a sign from God? Or are you really here to cut me off? Or maybe just to turn me on? 'Cause these days I would be lying if I told you that I didn't wish that I could be your man. Or maybe make a good girl bad. Oh my god. I got a river running right into you. You've got a blood trail red into blue. Then you say or something you do. The taste of the divine. You've got my body, flesh and bone. The sky above, the earth below. Nothing to say and nowhere to go. The taste of the divine. Piss off. What did I just say to you? I feel like I just told you to go to hell. Thank you. Alright, let's see. You can turn together. Oh man. How am I holding up? I am tired, I'm not even gonna lie. I think I'm almost done for the day. I think after today, after this little Stardew... Ooh, monsters do less damage. After this little Stardew day, I think I'm almost done. Thank you for the bark. God, it jump scares me every time. I need y'all to know that. My own fucking redeem gives me anxiety. Oh my god. I fell 4 levels. Alright, I need 12 more geodes. Alright. Thank you for the pet! Ooh, I can make a big bomb now. We're gonna plant that right there. Go to hell. Go to hell. Go to hell. Gotta watch out for these bugs. Go to hell. Alright. Please, no cure for me. Can't make any more bombs. That's unfortunate. What if I took some of these? Oh! Ooh, iridium! That means you're gonna have to die. And all your babies. Y'all are all on my way. Alright. Not actually iridium. Dumbass rock crab. Ooh, crab cakes. A boogie down. Gang, are we schmoovin' tonight? Let's schmoove tonight. Share the spice of life. And it better life. I feel like I am trapped on this floor. Stand right. There we go. Ooh. Oh, 9. Up, up, up. Very nice. More monsters! Yay! Ooh, prismatic shard. Bunny is dancing to this song. Is she fucking it up? I hope she is. That girl can dance. She is such a good dancer. My favorite song. My girlie loves to dance, y'all. Ooh. Fuck it up, Buns! Nobody can see you, but fuck it up! Only your father can see your amazing dance moves. Ow! You fucker! You fake iridium piece of shit! You can boogie on down. Down. Boogie on down. No effect? Damn, I'll take it. Alright, let's see. Oh god. Stop! Stop hitting! Stop! It's mean! Oh, thank you so much, Berkey! I will fix my posture, because God knows it is atrocious. I'm taking a swig just for you. Yeah, I fucking love being attacked by dragons. It makes me so happy. Truly, nothing in this world could ever make me happier. What if I told you go to hell? And all of your spawn. Alright. Fantastic. All night. Alright, and guess I gotta take damage. Okay, or I don't. Oh. Dragons, yay. Hey, what if I told you were going to hell? How did you survive that? Piece of shit. Alright. Fucking knew it. Gotta move those crab cakes up all of a sudden. Welcome back, Nick! Oh my god. It's almost midnight in this game. I just need 3 more geodes. And they are nowhere to be found. Where are the geodes? Gonna take break. Gonna take break. Ameno, no poro, I'm we do know. Die. Gotta break. Had to reset stream because of disconnection, but this playlist straps. Oh, thank you. It is literally just my liked music on Spotify. But I'm glad you enjoy it. No, don't. I really don't want to faint. Okay, so we're just gonna get the fuck out of here. If it's Pog, then it's Pog. Hell yeah, brother. Please don't faint. Run. Get into bed. Okay. Yes, it is top music from Film Red. I adore Otto. That sound did not sound good. There's a strong windstorm during the night. Great! The fuck happened? Oh yeah, this song's fantastic. Here, love. Crab cakes. Fuck, I look stupid. This is so dumb. Hold on, we're just gonna do a quick survey of the land real quick, see what the hell happened. Cause I know whatever it was bullshit. Oh boy. The hell? Oh, gonna take break. Gonna take break. Okay, well, it seems like nothing happened. It was just a windstorm, I suppose. Alright. Well, what we are gonna do... Oh, wait, whoa, wrong fucking button. What we are gonna do is we're gonna do a little cutesy raid, I think. Oh, yeah. I think that's what the song is. Oh, yeah. We're about to see. Hold on. It is, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hello again, friend of a friend, I knew you well. Our common goal was waiting for the world to end. Now that your truth is just a rule that you can bend. Otto is a peak performer. I wanted to go see her when she was out here in Texas, but I have an infant, so again. All right, gamers. Do we want to go watch art? Do we want to go watch Super Smash Bros? Do we want to watch some Minecraft? Do you want to watch Final Fantasy Online? Ooh. I'm letting you guys pick today. Ooh, ooh. I'm fucking your dad! No, it's just how the song starts. I don't really know why, but... Da 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 da. This song's so fucking good, though. This is on my list of songs I want to cover one day because it's just banger, man. Sorry, I'm chewing rice. Automobile for a minimum wage. All right, I'm picking. Final Fantasy is what we're doing. And outer space. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. We're doing a collab tomorrow with all the good friends. Nor, Carius. I think Six is gonna be a part of it. It'll be fun. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. I love you. Thanks for coming. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, okay? Bye-bye. Ooh, who's the way? Ooh, Danica.